First, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out today. No big secret, we're here to introduce Tyreke Evans. We just acquired Tyreke Evans in a trade. We're really thrilled to have him here today and for him to join our organization. When we signed Tyreke and acquired Tyreke, our group talked about it, and we think that, he's a big guard that can, with his versatility, his ability to attack the basket, and with his skill set, that he'll really fit in with our group. And as we continue to build the team, we're really excited to bring him into our organization, not only him as a player, but him as a person. And so, without any further ado, I'd like to introduce Tyreke Evans. Welcome to the organization. Also, I'm going to present him with a hat today because our new jerseys are not ready yet, so we don't have a jersey to give him today, so we're going to present him here with a hat today. Thanks.
Thanks, appreciate it. Just want to say I'm glad to be here. It's been a great process for me, going through this whole thing with my brother and my agent and things like that, but I made a new start in my life, a new home, so I'm happy to be here, and excited to get started, with the new players, good group of guys, all young guys, and looking forward to play with those guys, and I'm looking forward to be coached by Coach, and ready to get this thing on the road.
From my standpoint, I think it's always important that we not only bring in talent like Tyreke, but we also have somebody who wants to be here, and that's something that's paramount for me as a coach. He's not somebody we have to continue to sell on why to come here. He wanted to come here, and that spoke volumes for me, and so I'm excited about that. And then obviously I like to have guys in our team that scare me when I had to play against them, and certainly could never figure out how to stop him from getting to the basket or knocking down big shots, stealing the ball on the weak side. I could go on about that, and a few things I'm going to have to help him with about weak side defense and getting in a stance, and I'm going already, so we'll deal with that later. But like Dell said, we're excited about who he is as a player and as a person, and I can't reiterate enough the fact that he wanted to be here, and that's enough for me.
Questions for the group?
Tyreke, what was it about New Orleans that made you want to come?
When I heard about the trade with Drew, I'm actually good friends with Drew. Played AAU basketball with him. We both played in the same McDonald game, and the group of guys they had, young guys, willing to play together and want to win, and I was willing to be a part of that.
Tyreke, where do you envision yourself on the floor? 1, 2, 3. You can play all of those positions you did in Sacramento. Where do you envision yourself fitting in here?
I don't know yet. I mean, it's a new process. We got a good guard lineup. So I'm just looking forward to go out there and play.
Do you have any qualms about playing small forward?
I have no problem at all.
See, that's what you call starting controversy.
We're going to keep our eyes open and see what else is available. The major part of the roster, we feel comfortable with right now. But, you never know. But, right now, the majority of the group, we think, this is going to be our core that we're going with. But you never know what could happen in the coming, days, weeks, months.
After the season ended leading up to the draft, did you identify all of these positions where you've added people as areas that you wanted to upgrade?
Yes, in a way. We did. We sat down. First, I want to thank, Mr. Benson for making all this possible. He gave us the resources to go out and to acquire Tyreke and other players. And, we sat down, Monty and I, and, we talked about this, and we talked about these guys. And, Tyreke was the guy we identified. He was the first guy that we went to go see in free agency. This wasn't plan B or plan C or plan D. You know, he was the guy that we wanted. You know, we wanted to have the first meeting with him and to give him our pitch about us and who we were. And, you know, the thing I'll say is, like, when I talked to him and I kind of showed him about our core group and our plan and the vision moving forward, you know, he probably noticed, but during the whole process, he just kept looking at the group of guys that he was going to be playing with. And, you know, he asked questions about some of the guys and the coach and how the coach feel about it. He really wanted to speak to Monty. And, you know, that was all great. And, you know, it's funny, like, I kept talking to him, and he was listening to me, but he kept looking at the guys. And I could tell that he really saw that the guy that he was going to be playing with was, you know, we like to call those guys young veterans, where, you know, they've been in the league, you know, 4 or 5 years, but yet they're still under 25. And so they've already been through their learning curve. You know, they've already been bumped and beat and hit, and so now it's their time to shine and their time to grow. But, you know, I think the thing is going to be is, like, it's going to be so many different guys coming in. It's going to take them a little bit of time to learn to play with each other. And that's where I think it can, you know, they're going to have some little growing pains there, but that's where it can be fun, is watching them learn each other, play together, and grow together. And
you always said that you were never satisfied with your team. What's your level of satisfaction with the roster as it stands now?
I don't know if I said never satisfied. I think we kind of feel like, you know, we want to see how this group performs and get them together. And, you know, we have the utmost confidence in our coaching staff and Coach Williams and things that they'll do together. But I think the key is going to be them learning each other and, you know, managing expectations, but at the same time growing.
You say managing expectations, and maybe this is for you or Coach Williams, but there are obviously now expectations significantly higher than having a team of young players and draft picks. You talk about young veterans like Tyreke and Drew and Ryan Anderson. Do you like the fact that there are expectations potentially to push for a playoff spot this season?
I mean, I like the position that we're in right now. I do. But I think, you know, we want to keep this group together and, you know, watch them grow. You know, that's the plan.
Coach, would you talk about this team's offense? Is progressively made for maybe being a more exciting offense? You have Tyreke can drive, obviously, and maybe dish out Anthony Morrow and Ryan Anderson, you know, behind the three-point line. Would you talk about this team as far as the offense and how exciting maybe it can be?
I'm not worried about excitement. That to me that's for you guys to judge and put it in its proper, or whatever place you want to put it in. I'm more worried about effective and efficient. And I think when you have dynamic guys at a number of positions, it gives you a chance to score more points. I think we can push the ball more than we have the past 2 years. We just haven't had the kind of athletes on the wing or health that would allow us to push the ball. I think we can do that more now. With Ryan on the team, the floor is always spread. Eric and Tyreke being able to shoot the ball and attack. Drew being a big guard, you know, his ability to maybe post up point guards and attack and pick and roll, that will help. But like Dell said, you know, we got to figure it out, and that's my job, and that's you know, all that's on me. And as far as expectations go, you know, I think that's what you want. You don't want to be in a position where nobody expects anything from you. We got to manage all that, but this is a young group that we feel like is ready for that. It's just going to take time and a lot of hard work, and I don't think they know the kind of work that we have to do is probably going to be the toughest thing that they've done thus far, because we do things differently here, and I'm sure they've heard about it. And I think that part is, if there is excitement, that part is exciting to me, just plugging away and working and getting away from all this stuff and just doing our work. And it just takes a lot of character and commitment to just dial it in and do that every day.